Information and communication technologies have dramatically changed the way that people all over the world live, work and communicate. Nowhere is the impact of this transformation more strongly felt than in Africa.
Radio isanganiro isanira ku murongo wa internet murongo ibice bakazubika ku murongo wa internet atuma amajo bashikira twari tumifurije kwe ku munsi wa gatanu.
La radio Isanganiro est née dans un contexte de crise, de conflit au Burundi. Il y a des milliers de Burundais qui ont fui leur pays à cause de la guerre et qui se sont exilés dans les pays voisins ou même très loin. Alors pour les atteindre, il y avait qu'un seul moyen, l'Internet.
Radio Isanganiro in Burundi is one example of how ICTs act as a vital enabler to support dialogue and democratic processes in a post-conflict country. ICTs empower Africans to communicate more effectively within nations and across borders. Meanwhile, in Madagascar, ICTs are providing students with literally a world of new educational opportunities.
Un campus numérique pour notre agence, c'est une structure d'accès pour les étudiants. Les formations à distance que nous proposons n'existent pas à Madagascar.
ICTs have incredible potential to transform education in Africa, but at present, only a privileged few are benefiting from online learning opportunities.
Currently, it's just frustration. There is nothing. You find that more than 50% of the lecturers have got no emails. So communication is a problem, even in institutions of higher learning. It is a crime.
Apart from the global digital divide, you find a digital divide even within the same university where you have students who are haves and have-nots, and yet they're expected to really excel in the same way because they're at the same university.
Investing in high-speed network connections for Africa's educational institutions will have profound impacts that transcend academics.
We also have other activities that we're thinking of doing, especially for income generation and also to give our students job opportunities, such as business process outsourcing, where students can develop software or transcribe data or do other activities and earn a little bit of income. That should not only benefit computer science students, but architecture students who can do drafting work, law students who can do legal transcription, medical students who can provide support.
How much is today? Okay. I just need to do a small service check.
ICTs also present opportunities for job creation on a larger scale, allowing countries such as Kenya to capitalize on its well-educated, English-speaking population to compete for business globally.
ICT is very key in providing employment in this country. If you look at the low end, especially the business processing outsourcing, the number of Kenyans who have been employed since we started the program is staggering. We had less than 200 Kenyans in this area. Now we have up to 5,000 within 1 year.
Businesses like KenCall are leading the ICT revolution and creating a significant number of new jobs in a country where 40% of the population is unemployed. Unfortunately, the current cost of telecommunications is undermining growth opportunities.
We are currently engaged with a very large technology company, and we're part of a global network of 3,500 agents that they have running 24 hours a day. The technology that they've asked us to implement is a big bandwidth hog, let's say. Huge consumer bandwidth. That has now sent the cost to us of driving this business through the roof. It has meant that here is this client that is committed to 400 jobs to KenCall this year. That work is now in jeopardy. It's in jeopardy because I cannot run a business using the technological requirements that they have of us and paying the prices that we have to pay to these international bandwidth suppliers.
Connectivity is prohibitively costly in Eastern and Southern Africa because this is the only part of the continent that is not connected to the global broadband infrastructure. The region currently accounts for only 0.07% of international bandwidth capacity because it relies on expensive satellite infrastructure with bandwidth prices 20 to 40 times higher than those in the United States. As a result, the region is ill-placed to compete in the global economy.
One of the fundamental cost drivers here is the fact that the country connects internationally by satellite.
Currently, if you need 1 meg, you pay $7,500. Compare that to the world average of $200. It is just impossible.
For us to put 25 agents on the phone, it will cost us close to $17,000 a month to do that, right? For those same 25 agents in a lot of these other countries where this big client is doing business, that will cost them about $600 to $900, depending on the country, maybe even $1,000 a month. It's absolutely imperative that the government do something right now to make bandwidth affordable for us. If we don't get this business now, we're going to miss a huge opportunity, and it's going to go right by us at Kencall, but more importantly, right by us in Kenya, and people are going to say, you know what, it's Africa. It's not ready for these kinds of jobs. We told you. We knew you couldn't do this in Africa.
The proposed Africa Regional Communications Infrastructure Program, RCIP, is part of the broader World Bank and IFC Open Access Initiative to leverage private sector participation in order to improve connectivity across Eastern and Southern Africa. There are two main components to the joint World Bank and IFC effort: undersea fiber optic cables and landing stations, which are being led by private telecom operators with financing from IFC and other development partners, and terrestrial networks to ensure last-mile connectivity within each country. Through RCIP, the World Bank will provide catalytic funding to attract and maximize private sector investment for this component. The IFC and RCIP World Bank components are highly complementary to ensure the viability of the overall program. A submarine cable without backhaul and backbone links would not be viable. Conversely, countries would not have an incentive to develop national infrastructure without reliable submarine cable initiatives. The first phase of RCIP supports 3 countries: Kenya, Burundi, and Madagascar. Other eligible countries can join subsequent phases of RCIP on a readiness basis. In addition to directly supporting the construction of physical infrastructure, RCIP will invest in capacity purchase for target user groups, such as governments and universities. The program will also support e-government initiatives that will increase transparency and promote good governance.
Another very important contribution of ICT is the fact that it will help to bring government closer to the people, bring the people closer to the government, and make everyone much more accountable.
The Road Transport Department handles a sizable number of KRS customers. Actually, we handle about 60%. Our priority is on customer service. And in order to be able to enhance customer service, we had to automate our processes.
The Kenyan Road Transport Department, which recently automated the vehicle registration system, illustrates the improved efficiency and transparency of e-government services.
Prior, it used to take about 2 weeks or more to complete the registration process. In fact, average used to be about 1 month. But now, the quickest can be done within a day. Instead of people coming to lodge their documents here on our counters, we'd like them to electronically lodge them at home. And then we can be able to approve electronically and without them coming. So with that, actually, we shall have been able to eliminate human intervention considerably. And that is one of the best ways of eliminating corruption as well.
Corruption comes as a result of the face-to-face contact. So if we have people doing applications online and the payments made online, the instances of corruption will be much less than we have at the moment.
Avec la venue de la fibre optique, ce serait une révolution, bien entendu. Ça serait très facilité et nous pourrions, pourquoi pas, rêver d'avoir une dizaine de pays qui émettraient en même temps, qui diffuseraient le même programme en même temps, par le biais de l'Internet.
Les universités malgaches pourraient également, si ces coûts diminuaient, faire des propositions de formation à distance. Donc il y aurait un rééquilibrage. On n'aurait plus la logique de formation du nord vers le sud. On pourrait avoir des formations du sud vers le nord.
RCIP has generated strong support from government leaders who have great visions of what this will mean for their respective nations.
Après le projet, dans 4 ans, ce que moi j'ai comme vision, c'est qu'au niveau de toutes les universités, ils soient connectés. Qu'au niveau de l'administration, on n'utilise plus de papier. Qu'il y ait des réseaux au niveau de tous les ministères, qu'il y ait des réseaux au niveau même des secteurs privés, qu'au niveau même du secteur commercial, on sache utiliser l'outil informatique pour pouvoir vendre même des produits.
Ce projet avec la Banque mondiale va compléter la totalité du backbone national. Ça veut dire que les grands axes et les grandes villes de Madagascar seront desservies à haut débit.
In the next 5 years, the whole infrastructure will be done, and we would also have covered the entire rural Kenya. ICTs would increase productivity in this country, and you increase productivity, you increase economic development. We want to change this country to become a lion and fight the tigers.